Hello everyone. Today we will be learning about how to add more to what we write. When we add more, agregando más, we make our stories more interesting. We give details which can explain what we see, hear, taste, smell, or feel, or we can give details that help the reader to understand what we're talking about. Es para entender, es para hacerlo más interesante. So let's take a look at an example here. So I have a story. My mom bakes cookies. They are chocolate chip. Did you notice how when I added the detail about what kind of cookies they were, it made it more interesting? I could even tell you something different for my other detail. Maybe I could say something like, my mom bakes cookies. They smell wonderful. Or I could say, they smell delicious. Those details make my story interesting. They help the reader to know more about it. Now, take a look. Observa algo. So when I wrote my story and added more, I had to be careful that I was starting my sentence with a capital letter. That one is a capital letter. So I'm going to see if I did that in my story. My mom bakes cookies. I started with a capital. Let's see if I did for my next detail. They smell wonderful. Started with a capital there too. Now, did you notice something else? I had to make sure that I end my sentence with some kind of punctuation, puntuación. That's like making sure I have either a period at the end of my idea or a question mark or an exclamation point. My mom bakes cookies. Stopped my voice. There's my mark. They smell wonderful. My voice stopped again. There's my mark. But, I think I was more excited about it. They smell wonderful. So I'm going to make that an exclamation point instead. Okay. So let me check to make sure I did all of my jobs. So did I start with capitals? Yes, I did. Did I end with punctuation after each idea? Got that. Details. I said it was about cookies and I said how they smelled. I could add even more details. That makes my story even better. I could say they smell wonderful. They were chocolate chip. I could do that too. Okay, let's give this one more try. So that was a story about me, but you're not always going to have a story about you. Stories about you are narratives, narrativos, but you're not always going to have a story about you. So let's try one that has to do with one of these pictures. Oh, I have a story here that I could write about the forest. So I might say something like, the forest has many plants. Because I can see that in the picture, and I know that's true from the books I've read and other things. Now I'm going to add more. What kind of plants? There are tall trees and ferns. Ferns are like the smaller ones that are you can see on the ground. I'm sorry. You can see on the ground over here. Okay. So that story had a start and I added more details to it. Okay. Let's try one more story. This time I'm going to use my other picture. Again, it's not a story about me. I'm not going to use I. This one is about the desert. The desert is a dry place. Oh, my voice stopped. I'm going to put a mark there. Plants can store, not store like tienda, store like quedar adentro. Plants can store water. This helps them to survive. I added 2 details to my story because I had a lot to explain. So again, capitals, periods, details. Try a story of your own and see if you can include those 3 parts.